Very disturbing report out from the U.S. military. The Army, the Navy, and the Air Force all missed their 2023 recruitment goals. They missed their recruitment goals by a combined 41,000 personnel. It's not good. The annual defense authorization bill passed by Congress this year stated that active duty troops will drop to a little under 1.3 million in fiscal year 2024. That's down by 64,000 troops over the past 3 years. That gives the U.S. military its smallest force since 1940, while we are on the brink of World War III in two different places. In Eastern Europe, well, three places actually, Eastern Europe, the Holy Land, and potentially in Taiwan. What does this mean for the U.S. military? It's even worse than just not recruiting new people. The people who have already been recruited are now taking to TikTok, a Chinese platform, to complain about how much they hate the Army. Okay, this guy says, cons of being in the Army, part 1. No privacy. The pay sucks. Bad food. Disrespectful leadership. No sleep.
These are my top 5 reasons on why you shouldn't join the military. Reason number 1 is pay. We do not get paid enough for what we do. I'm not here to say that we get paid pennies. I'm just saying that we don't get paid enough to perform the mission that is tasked to us. Reason number 2, family. You will not see your family often. You might see them on holidays, and that's about it. I can elaborate. Reason number 3, schooling. Now, I know you're like, whoa, that was a benefit, but it's requirements you have to meet first to be able to get to that schooling. So if you're thinking about joining because of schooling, just go to school. Reason number 4, if you're a parent. Now, if you join single and get married and then have kids, that's one thing. But if you're already having a child and you're thinking about joining, don't. You got to think about it. Boot camp is between 6 to 8 weeks. After boot camp, you go to school. That's between 10 days to a year. After that, you go to deployment. That's between 8 months to 9 months. Think about how much time you miss with your child. Reason number 5, you do not have 100% say on what you want to do.
How do you spell depression? This is a lady in the Army. This Military. Whining about that. The thing about these complaints that all of these people are making is they're all totally correct. I know there are going to be conservatives out there who are attacking these guys who say, how dare you? Where's your patriotism? What did you sign up for? This is crazy. That's not what the military is like. No, that is what the military. I've never served in the military. I'm very grateful to everyone who has. I have a lot of family members who've served in the military. And what these guys are saying, it's absolutely correct. And the problem, the reason that this is coming out now, the reason that people are complaining about this, the reason that the military is having a hard time recruiting people is because the top brass, the military leadership, have taken away all of the incentives to actually sign up for the military. So now what new recruits are looking at is just all the list of negatives that have always existed. Right now, head on over to expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. Have you noticed that big tech companies today are masquerading as privacy companies? Just fix your privacy settings, turn off app tracking, and you're all good. Yeah, right. Are we supposed to believe that the big bad tech wolf has now turned into our sweet little grandma? I don't think so. Big tech feeds on your information by collecting and selling off your data. They can't stop themselves from looking at what you do online. To protect myself against big tech's prying eyes, I trust ExpressVPN. When you use ExpressVPN on your computer or your phone, you are hiding your unique IP address. Websites cannot use that address to find out your real location or track what you do online. On top of that, ExpressVPN encrypts and reroutes 100% of your online activity, so your ISP, Wi-Fi admin, and hackers cannot see it. Best part, though, is how easy it is to use. It just takes one click to protect all your devices. One ExpressVPN subscription covers up to 5 devices at the same time, so you can protect your entire family too. Today's the day. Get the VPN that I trust to protect my online privacy. That is expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. Get 3 extra months for free. That is expressvpn.com/MICHAEL, Canada WLASSHOW. expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show to learn more. Serving in the military is very, very difficult. The pay is bad. You don't get to sleep. People yell at you all the time. You have to do a very dangerous job. You don't get to see your family. There are not a ton of benefits that go along with it. So the reason you do it, the reason that one enlists in the military is out of a sense of patriotism, because you love your country. It's out of a sense of honor. the notion that it is an honorable thing to defend your country, and it is dishonorable in a time of crisis, in a time of war, to say, dodge the draft. Why else do you join the military? Well, there's some fringe benefits. In part, the respect that you will receive for the rest of your life. People, every time they see you and they find out you served, they'll say, thank you for your service. In part, because of the fringe benefits like schooling. GI Bill sends you to school. That's great. Great way to pay for school. In part, well, I don't know. I guess that's about it. And the problem right now is our top brass at the Pentagon and our entire society, our whole culture, have knocked all of those reasons down. Now mock those reasons. Hold them in contempt. They say patriotism is a joke. This is an evil country founded by slavers for no other reason than to exploit poor, oppressed minorities. It's an evil, evil place. We continue to perpetuate evil all around the world. If you serve your country, not only are you not honorable, but you're actually dishonorable because this place is terrible. That's the first one. The second one, what about that? What about the notion of honor? That it's actually good to go serve your, forget about the country for a second, it's just good for you to go serve. We don't have a culture of service anymore, and that's a problem largely driven by the left, by the right too, because the right has adopted a greed is good mentality in recent decades, and has said that all that really matters is going out and getting yours. I'm going to go out there, make my money, do what's good for me, hook up with the girls I want to hook up with, live my life, forget about other people. Virtue of selfishness. Let's go, baby. Let's read our Ayn Rand and then go out there and get ours. That's been, I think that is ebbing on the right. I think that view is certainly on its way out. But that was a big view on the right. Certainly in the 1980s, 90s, 2000s. Okay, what about the respect you'll get from other people? Look, you're a veteran. You know, well, thank you for your service, sir. What are you talking about? Since Vietnam, we treat our veterans terribly. Some people still support the troops. A lot of people don't. They don't get decent care from the VA when they get here. There have been efforts to reform the VA. It hasn't gone very well. Since Vietnam, troops have been spit on. They've been called baby rapers, child killers, all sorts of terrible things. Where's the honor that you get? Just the nice, you don't, I presumably one does not serve strictly for the social honor that will confer, but that's a nice little perk, isn't it? Well, that's gone too. So much for that. Okay, final one. What about the GI Bill? You get to go to school. Well, the schools are worthless now. They still matter to some degree as a credentialing institution. For some jobs, you still need to check that box. But we all know that the schools have been totally hollowed out from within. The schools focus much less on good scholarship than they do on the latest DEI initiative with the 10,000 person army of deputy, assistant deputy deans of diversity, inclusion, and equity, whose entire job it is to make straight white guys feel terrible about themselves. Okay, and to talk about how evil the army is and how terrible America is and how we all need to feel awful for the sins of our country. So what's the point? Oh, and by the way, the Democrats are going to pay for your school anyway, eventually. Eventually, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are going to get their way, and they're going to pay for your school. Bernie's actually a little better on that issue than Elizabeth Warren is. Elizabeth Warren, she's going to get her way. They're going to slowly start paying for more and more college. So the GI Bill's not even an inducement anymore. So why would you join? At that point, when all of the good reasons to sign up for the military are gone, all you're left with is crappy pay, you don't see your family, you don't sleep, you get screamed at, and you have a very dangerous job. Okay, don't be surprised. When the top brass is turning red in the face, screaming before Congress, talking about how important it is for the troops to learn about the sources of white rage and critical race theory and DEI ideology, how important that is for military readiness, don't be surprised when no one wants to join. I wouldn't want to join either. Man, what a great clip that was. Now, hey, hold up, ring that bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.